So in today's Warzone 2 tips and tricks video, I want to show you how you can go from having the aim of a paraplegic toddler with no thumbs to being able to take the cock off a fly at 100 yards and leave the ballsack unnestled. In Warzone 2, you can have the best position and the best movement in the world, but if you cannot hit those shots, none of that matters and you will not be able to get any wins. So that's why today's video, I want to give you the best tips and tricks for how to improve your aim in Warzone 2. Now the first thing that I want to talk about is going to be suppressors. For the longest time, we have always used suppressors in Call of Duty to keep us off the minimap, and this is transformed over into Warzone 1 and to a lesser extent Warzone 2. Everybody and their mum is using suppressors in Warzone 2. However, one thing that has changed when it comes to Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 as a result is that suppressors give you significantly more visual smoke. This means that if you're trying to push out to those longer distances, you're not going to be able to see your targets, and therefore your aim is going to be completely off because of the amount of smoke that is blurring your vision. So when it comes down to it, I would seriously suggest that if you're fighting in longer range engagements, maybe sacrifice popping up on the minimap occasionally for being able to have that much better visibility at range, because it is going to help you hit your shots so much more in the long run. Now the next thing I want to talk about is your sensitivity. Now there are 100 different videos on how to choose the right sensitivity for you, and some people are even telling you which sensitivity to choose. For example, I play on a 6.6, but that might not work for you, so you need to choose the sensitivity that works right for you. The best way to find this out is to jump into a custom game on Modern Warfare 2, or even the pre-game lobby if you do not have Modern Warfare 2, and just practice and see which sensitivity feels right for you. You want to be able to have the most amount of control, but also you don't want it too low that you can't actually turn on enemies if someone creeps up on you behind. The nice thing is you're able to change one setting that is going to help you to no end, and that is your ADS sensitivity multiplier. If you change this to about 0.8, what this does is it means that your ADS is now reduced to 80% whilst you're aimed down sight. This means that you'll have full mobility when you're running around at hip fire, but then as soon as you ADS and you need to be pinpoint accurate, your sensitivity is going to slow down, giving you much finer control. This has helped me to no end in hitting those longer shots, and also even when you're in close quarters, this is going to help you greatly. Now another thing that you can do that is really going to help your aim is being able to shoot, jump and aim at the same time. Now for a lot of people, they'll be using like scuff controllers, or myself, I use an Elite controller too. These have paddles on the back of the controller, which means that I can use my fingers to jump while still maintaining my finger on the left trigger so I can aim, as well as being able to use my thumb to aim whilst I press that jump button. This is really helpful in a lot of situations because it means you can jump around corners and shoot people, or you can jump whilst you're mid gunfight, meaning that if someone is aiming at your head, they are now going to be shooting your chest or stomach, which will give you those vital extra milliseconds that you need to win that gunfight. Now, if you do not have a scuff controller and you do not have these paddles, what you can do is go into the settings and change your button layout to bumper jumper. This means that you'll be using your bumpers to jump rather than having to remove your thumb from the analog stick and press one of the buttons. This will give you so much more freedom in how you approach gunfights, and it can really give you a tactical advantage and improve your aim to no end. Now another thing that you want to take heed of is going to be your aim assist. Now obviously, aim assist varies from person to person. Some people are going to prefer Black Ops, some people are going to prefer the default, but at the end of the day, if you're using a controller, you need to be using aim assist. But what a lot of people don't realize is that a big portion of what aim assist does is called rotational aim assist, or left stick aiming. This basically means that you're going to get rotational help in your aiming if you are moving with the left stick, whether you're strafing from left to right or moving forward to back or just walking forward. If you have an enemy in your sights, the rotational aim assist is going to kick in, meaning that you'll be able to track them so much easier. I'm showing a clip in the background now of me standing still and aiming with the rotational aim assist not kicking in, and then the aim assist actually kicking in, and you can see that the difference is dramatic. This means that if you're in any medium or close range gunfight, make sure you're moving whilst you're shooting and you'll get the maximum help from the aim assist possible. And then finally, the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is going to be your centering. Now for those of you who don't know, I've spoken about this at great length in previous videos, but if you haven't watched my Modern Warfare 2 tips and tricks videos, I will briefly go over it again for you today. Centering is basically getting into the habit of keeping the center of your screen exactly in the high traffic areas of where you're going to approach. For example, if you're coming around a corner, don't be looking at the ground. If someone pops round that corner, you're going to end up shooting them in the shins, and you'll have to adjust your aim to their head or their chest to get the kill. This is going to cost you vital milliseconds adjusting your aim in a game where the TTK is already super fast and you're probably going to die. However, when you approach a corner, instead of looking at the ground, have the center of your screen screen, even if you're not aimed down sight, exactly where an enemy could be. If you're always centering and thinking about where enemies could pop up from, you're always going to be ready, and therefore you're going to win a lot more gunfights and your aim is going to improve drastically. But anyway, that's it for this short little video on how to get the perfect aim in Warzone 2. I really hope that some of these tips helped you guys out. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm currently engaged in a ridiculous slap bet with my brother-in-law, whereby he is going to slap me hard in the face if I do not hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you could just spare that millisecond it takes to smash that subscribe button, me and my face will be eternally grateful. And in return, I promise to give you the best Warzone 2 tips and tricks videos, as well as uploading the result of the slap bet on New Year's Day. Now, for those of you who have watched me for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Would you rather have 3 square meals a day paid for you for the rest of your life, or have a one-off payment of £150,000? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.
This is how we do it.